For years, people have been told a simple idea. If your gut feels heavy, bloated, or unclean, you just need a detox drink, a cleanse powder, or some special supplement to flush everything out. That idea has been repeated so often that it feels true. But the human digestive system does not work that way. Most of what is sold as gut cleansing has very little to do with real biology. It is marketing built on misunderstanding. The truth is more uncomfortable and also more hopeful. Your body already has a complete internal cleaning system that works every single day. Even after 60, it is still there, still active, still capable of restoring balance. The problem is not that the system disappeared. The problem is that it has been slowed down, interrupted, and ignored for years. And once you understand how it actually works, you stop chasing external fixes and start restoring the internal rhythm your body already knows. Inside your digestive system, there are natural biological processes that constantly work together. They move waste forward, control bacteria, repair the intestinal lining, regulate inflammation, and manage how nutrients are absorbed. Most people think digestion is one simple process. In reality, it is a coordinated system of several mechanisms working in sequence. And here is what almost nobody realizes: these systems do not shut off with age. They do not randomly break down because you hit 60 or 70. They slow down when the conditions around them change. Modern habits quietly interfere with them. Eating too frequently, low fiber intake, dehydration, lack of movement, processed foods, and long term stress all affect how these systems perform. So, when someone says my digestion has gotten weak with age, what is often really happening is something else entirely. The internal systems are not being supported the way they were designed to be supported. Let's start with the first and one of the most misunderstood systems in your gut. There is a natural wave like process in your digestive tract that activates when you are not eating, and it is responsible for sweeping leftover food particles, bacteria, and debris through your intestines. You can think of it as an internal housekeeping cycle. This system only works when the digestive tract is in a resting state. When you are not eating, that detail is where most of the problem begins. Many people, especially later in life, develop eating patterns where the stomach is never truly at rest. Tea in the morning, snacks shortly after, small bites throughout the day, late evening meal, something sweet here and there. Each time food enters the system, that internal cleaning cycle is paused. It does not fully activate. So instead of a complete cleaning cycle, the gut stays in constant digestion mode, always working on new food, never fully clearing out what is already there. Over time, this leads to buildup, not in a dramatic or sudden way, but slowly, subtly. Food particles linger longer than they should. Gas production increases. The bacterial environment shifts. Fermentation becomes more common inside the intestines. This is when people start noticing symptoms like bloating even after small meals, a heavy feeling in the stomach in the morning, irregular bowel movements, or a general sense that digestion is slower than it used to be. The instinct is often to look for something to clean the gut, but the real correction is not adding something. It is removing the constant interruption. The simplest and most powerful step is giving your digestive system uninterrupted time without food. A proper overnight gap where nothing is consumed allows this natural cleaning wave to activate fully again. Not extreme fasting, not complicated routines. Just consistent spacing between meals so the system can do what it already knows how to do. Even this one change can begin to restore rhythm in a gut that has been overstimulated for years. And it raises an important question. How often are you eating without real hunger, simply because the habit is there? Now, there is another layer to this system that works alongside it. Inside your intestines lives an entire ecosystem of bacteria. This is not random. It is organized, functional, and essential for health. These bacteria help break down food, produce certain vitamins, regulate inflammation, and influence how the immune system behaves. In many ways, they are part of the digestive organ itself. When this ecosystem is balanced, digestion feels smooth and predictable. When it is disrupted, everything becomes less efficient. After 60, one of the biggest changes is not the loss of bacteria, but the loss of diversity. Diet becomes more repetitive, fewer types of foods are eaten. Fiber intake often decreases without people noticing. Over time, this reduces the variety of beneficial bacteria in the gut, and when diversity drops, the system becomes less resilient. Some bacteria start to dominate while others fade. This imbalance can make digestion more sensitive. Foods that were once fine may suddenly cause discomfort. Gas and bloating become more common. Bowel habits may become inconsistent. There is also a connection between microbiome balance and inflammation in the body. When the gut ecosystem is out of balance, it can send signals that increase overall inflammatory activity. This is why digestive issues often do not stay limited to digestion. They can affect energy levels, mood, and even clarity of thinking. The correction here is not restriction, it is variety. The gut responds strongly to diversity in plant-based foods. Different fibers feed different bacteria. Each type of food supports a different part of the ecosystem. Simple additions like lentils, seasonal vegetables, fruits with fiber, and fermented foods in moderation can slowly rebuild microbial balance. No extreme diet is required, just consistency and variation. Even small changes made regularly can shift the internal environment over time. And as the microbiome starts to stabilize, another system becomes more important, the intestinal lining. This lining is a protective barrier between what is inside your digestive tract and what enters your bloodstream. It decides what is absorbed and what is kept out. Under healthy conditions, this lining renews itself constantly. It repairs small wear and tear without you ever noticing. But when the gut is under long-term stress, that repair process becomes less efficient. Poor diet, chronic irritation from processed foods, low fiber intake, and ongoing inflammation can all contribute to this weakening over time. When the barrier becomes stressed, the gut can become more reactive. Not in a dramatic way, but in subtle signals. Meals that used to feel normal may now lead to fatigue afterward. There may be a sense of heaviness after eating. Joints may feel slightly stiff. Energy levels may dip after certain foods. These are not signs of sudden disease. They are signs that the gut environment is not repairing as efficiently as it should. The key point here is that the body still knows how to repair itself. The system is not lost. It is just not being supported properly. One of the simplest ways to support this repair process is through gentle, consistent nutrition. Cooked vegetables, soluble fiber, and regular meal timing all help reduce irritation and allow the lining to recover. Sleep also plays a major role. Many of the repair processes in the gut are most active during rest periods. So instead of focusing on intense cleanses or complicated interventions, the focus shifts back to stability. Give the gut time. Give it consistency. Give it less irritation. There is another factor that often gets overlooked completely, and that is movement. The intestines are not passive tubes. They rely on coordinated muscle contractions to move material forward. This movement is essential for proper elimination. When the body is active, the gut tends to be more active as well. When the body is sedentary for long periods, gut movement slows down. This is one of the most underestimated parts of digestion after 60. It is not just about what you eat, it is also about how much you move. Low physical activity combined with low water intake can significantly slow down intestinal transit. This leads to harder stools, incomplete elimination, and a gradual buildup of waste material in the system. Over time, this affects how comfortable digestion feels overall. The solution does not require intense exercise. In fact, gentle movement is often more effective than people expect. A short walk after meals can stimulate intestinal activity. Regular hydration helps soften stool and support smoother movement through the digestive tract. These are simple actions, but they directly influence the mechanics of digestion. The gut responds to rhythm. Movement creates rhythm. Hydration supports flow. And finally, there is one more system that plays a quiet but important role in gut comfort: the protective mucus layer inside the intestines. This layer acts as a shield between digestive contents and the intestinal wall. It protects the lining from constant irritation and helps maintain smooth digestion. Like other systems, it renews itself continuously under healthy conditions. But long-term dietary patterns, chronic irritation, and low fiber intake can weaken its effectiveness. When this layer becomes less robust, the gut can feel more sensitive overall. Foods may seem harder to tolerate. Mild inflammation can become more noticeable. Digestion may feel less stable. The good news is that this system also responds well to simple support. Soluble fiber plays a key role here. It helps feed the cells responsible for maintaining the protective layer. Cooked plant foods and consistent fiber intake support regeneration. Reducing constant snacking also matters because it allows the gut to cycle through rest and repair phases instead of staying in continuous activity. When all of these systems are viewed together, a clear pattern appears. The migrating motor complex handles internal cleaning. The microbiome manages balance. The intestinal lining controls absorption and protection. Gut movement ensures flow. The mucus layer protects and stabilizes. None of these systems are missing after 60. They are simply responding to how they are treated over time. And that is the most important shift in understanding. This is not about aging as decline. It is about biological systems responding to long-term conditions. When those conditions improve, the systems respond, not immediately but gradually and consistently. And once you see this clearly, the entire idea of needing external detox products starts to lose meaning. Because what your body actually needs is not replacement, it is restoration of rhythm. Rest between meals, variety in food, gentle movement, adequate hydration, less irritation, more consistency. These are not complex interventions. They are returns to how the system was designed to operate. And the moment you stop interfering with those natural processes, the body begins doing what it has always been capable of doing. Now the question becomes simple. Which of these internal systems do you think has been most affected in your daily routine without you realizing it?